Cincinnati opens a series against the Chicago Cubs, who come home from the West Coast off of the no-hitter by Jake Arrieta last night. Michael Lorenzen for the Cincinnati Reds, Kyle Hendricks for the Chicago Cubs. Neither one of these guys in extremely good form, but I'll say this, Lorenzen's in absolutely miserable form right now. 0-4 over the course of his last 5 starts, a 12.57 ERA, 2.33 whip posted by Lorenzen in 19 and a third innings. Certainly would have the Chicago Cubs offense ready to get up and into the box tonight to face this guy. Look for the Cubs to be able to score some runs in this contest. When you look at the total in this game, you see it opened at 8 and crashed right through 8.5 all the way to 9, and the 9 now comes with a fairly sizable vig. You can get away with 15 cents, but it looks like it's pushing up to 20. I wouldn't be surprised if by game time we see 20, 25 as the vig attached to the 9 over in this spot. We see some 18s out there in places, but right now you can still latch on to 9 over minus 115. Can't see any reason why you wouldn't. Again, the Chicago Cubs lineup at home in Wrigley should be able to hit Lorenzen fairly well and get into that Cincinnati bullpen. Once they're in there, the Reds bullpen, while it's okay on the very back end, not so good in the middle. The 9 runs would have to come from a tandem, so you have to have Cincinnati in there helping out as well against Kyle Hendricks, who's been average at best lately, 5.4 ERA over his last 26 and 2/3 innings. Cincinnati does have some left-handed bats. Again, though, with Cincinnati, said this a few times, they just have the sign of a dead team right now. 2 wins, I think 13 losses in their last 15 games. Now, yesterday, couldn't get to Willie Peralta of the Milwaukee Brewers. They lose 4-1. Huge line movement towards the Reds yesterday. Did not pan out as the Brewers win that game 4-1. Cincinnati offense just goes sour. There's not enough consistent bats in this offense to make a recommendation on them on any given night. It's as if when Jay Bruce and Todd Frazier feel like they can hit, that team goes good, and otherwise it just doesn't go good. Joey Votto, the lone formidable stick in that lineup, and I understand Frazier's hit a lot of home runs this year, but you're talking about 2 guys in Frazier and Bruce that are very, very, very inconsistent with their offense and capable of going into long droughts, and they have gone into long droughts throughout their career, so hard to recommend Cincinnati to score a bunch, but I do think that, perhaps 3 runs here on the horizon for them and for Chicago. I don't see any reason why you can't at least get to 6 to get a push, maybe get up to 7. Next question would be, how do you play this game? And I don't think there's any way to play it except Hendricks. In fact, in this contest, it would be my favorite play. If I had to choose side or total, I would probably choose side here, and I'd turn the Cubs into a much smaller priced favorite here. They're looking at about minus 220, minus 230 right now, but on the run line, you can catch the Cubs as cheap as $1.03. You'll probably be asked to lay somewhere between 5 and 10 cents. I don't think that's a problem here. I think the Cubs win by more than 1 run. It should be rather easy for them. Remember that their bullpen got a full night's worth of rest last night because Jake Arrieta threw the no-hitter. So we'll leave you with a small flyer here on the Cubs on the run line. I think the nickel price is easily worth laying here, and the Cubs should win this one. I'm going to say somewhere in the vicinity of 6-3, 7-3, something like that.